Hey there, and welcome to Crochet Therapy. I'm Barbara, your host, and this is our Saturday knitting episode. So every Saturday, I will sit down with you and go over my progress on learning how to knit. I am a crocheter. I have been crocheting for over 50 years. And while I have dabbled in knitting throughout the years, I have never completed a project until this year. And yeah, I'm really, really, really happy with the progress that I've made so far. And so let's chat. Let's chat. Let me see who's here. Miguel, hello. How are you? I'm so glad that you're here. I hope you're having a great Saturday. I saw that your neighbor worked on your car all day yesterday. What a blessing. What a blessing. So I'm glad that you're here. Listen, if this is your first time here, welcome. If this is your 40th time here, welcome back. And anywhere in between and above. I'm so glad that you're here. So I have to tell you, I'm a little bit out of my element when it comes to knitting, and I'm a little bit out of my element when it comes to talking about knitting, because I feel like I am, I'm not an authority on knitting. I feel like I'm a fledgling when it comes to knitting. So here I am getting ready to talk about knitting, and just from my perspective, from my point of view. And I am so thankful for anyone who wishes to come alongside me and either start this journey with me. If you have been a crocheter and now you're thinking, well, maybe I will try to knit, come alongside me and let's try to knit together. Or if you are a longtime knitter and you have, experience with knitting, then I definitely would love it if you would come alongside me and, give me pointers. Tell me this or that, because I am ready. I'm like a sponge, okay? I'm ready to soak it all in. I am ready to soak it all in. And I have been scouring YouTube. I've been scouring YouTube looking for insight, looking for knowledge. I'm ready to pick everyone's brain. So I'm looking to get as much information as I can from all of my friends out there in YouTube land. So I'm really glad to see you. Let's see. Oh, Maria. Hola to you. Maria and my doggy, Tiny Land from Phoenix, Arizona. Oh, that is so cute. Thank you for saying hello from you and from your doggy. I absolutely love animals and babies and people. And guaranteed, if there's a puppy or a dog or a cat, I am going to say hello to that animal. And if there's a baby, I'm going to make faces and wave at you. And my husband and I were out the other day, and there was a little girl. She was sitting with her mom eating French fries, and she called them fries because she was little. And she was standing up in the booth and barely could see over it. And when we went to go, I watched her say hi to everybody that came in and bye to everyone that went out. And I knew that when I left, I was going to say bye-bye to her. And her face just lit up because not everybody was saying hi and bye, right? Not everybody. Ah, yes. Yes. Cree, hello. I'm so glad to see you. So glad to see you. I figure it's probably late afternoon for you, right? Mm-hmm. Yes. And don't forget to say hi to chickens. Yes, that's right. I have to say hi to chickens too. I do. I do. Oh, oh, thank you. Miguel says, Barbara, I'm not a knitter, no desire to knit, but I'm here to support you. Thank you, my friend. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Oh, you did. You did asleep. Nice, nice, nice. So yes, I am so new to knitting. So I want to show you the progress on my knitting. And I want to show you what has truly helped me. And it's something that one of you helped me with last time. And I was so thankful for that. I was so thankful for that. So I'm knitting a Sophie scarf. Okay. And I know it's not probably the easiest thing that a first time knitter could do, but oh, you did a lot of work. I know you did, Cree. Yes, you are one busy, busy gal. That is for sure. Um, and so I know that that was not the probably the easiest thing to start with, but it was one of the things that really excited me. So I knew that, you know, I was gonna try it. I knew I was gonna try it. And as you know, I knitted two things before I started this. And so for those of you who are new, I'm going to show you because I'm pretty proud of them. Yes, we do have a wonderful community. Even though this one is crooked, and you can see that it is crooked, I am proud of that because I learned a lot on this dishcloth. I learned a ton on this dishcloth, and you can see just how crooked it is. Just how crooked it is. So like this side is really small, this side is really long, this side's really long, and this side is probably the side that's the size that it's supposed to be. Probably, I don't know. I have holes where they shouldn't be. I have no holes where there should be holes. Excuse me. It is shaped like a kite, and yet I'm still very, very proud of it. Oh, now you're knitting bunnies. That is amazing, Cree. That is so wonderful. And then this one, I have not, I haven't, you know, I still have ends. But this one was my second one, and it is good. It's good. It's square. See? It's square. All the holes are where they should be. I don't have any holes where there shouldn't be any holes. So this one was my number 2. I'm very, very happy with it. Very happy with it. And so, you know, I'm proud of this one and I'm proud of this one. I'm proud of my progress, right? And so that is what I have to show you as my progress. So if you can see, let me see. Yeah. Yeah, you can see that that this one is not quite right. But it's okay. It's all okay. So this is my first 2 projects. You are so sweet, Cree. My first 2 projects. Now here's my third project. It is the Sophie scarf. And, you know, when I started seeing everything about the Sophie scarf, you know, I was like, oh, I really want to try that. I really want to try that. Well, as you can see, you see the little lumpies in it, little lumpies, you know, and I got confused about which side I was supposed to be going up on and which side was supposed to be flat. I got completely confused until I saw somebody using stitch markers. And then it dawned on me. I needed to mark the side that was the increased side because one side is supposed to be straight and one side is supposed to be increasing. And I kept getting so confused. Timmy, hello. How are you? I'm so glad that you're here. Happy Saturday to you. And so I kept getting really, really confused about which side was supposed to be the increased side because I would hold it like this and I'd be like, well, that doesn't look flat. And then I'd hold it like this and I'd be like, well, that doesn't look flat either. And I would get so confused about which side was the increase side. All I needed to do was, when I first started doing the increase, is to put a little stitch marker on that side, and I would always know from the beginning which side was supposed to have the increase. That would have helped me so much. Also, I had these stitch markers from way back when. I'm a longtime crocheter, and one time as a gift, Hobie sent me these stitch markers, and these are called light bulb stitch markers. Well, as a crocheter, I was like, who is going to want these little tiny thin wire stitch markers? Because as a crocheter, I had no use for these. They're so thin. However, as a knitter, I have a lot of use for these. They're pointy. I like these because they came in different colors. So there's black and gold and silver color. And so depending on what color project you're making, you can actually use a stitch marker that will show up for you, so that, if you're doing a white project, you can use the black stitch markers like that, or the gold or the silver, or if it doesn't matter, just use whatever color you want, right? And so, oh, good. Oh, Temmie, I'm sorry you have a cold and feel like crud. You hang in there, my friend. Hang in there, my friend. And so, yes, you can tell which side it is by the attachment thread. Well, that would be fine, except the attachment thread is right in the middle. See that? How this Sophie scarf goes? It's right in the middle. So, yeah. So, using a stitch marker has made it very much, it has made it really easy, because as I'm going down, I wanted to make sure that at least I pretended like I knew what I was doing, right? And then the other thing was, I lost track of the stitches. And so I was supposed to do 7 rows exactly the same. And then the 8th row, I was supposed to do on this part an increase. 7 rows, 8th row increase. So I was using my counter, but once my counter got up to, 132 stitches, I didn't know where I was. And so without doing math every time, I wouldn't know. And so I saw someone use stitch markers for the rows. And so I'm still playing with that. I'm still figuring that out. But it's helping me. It is helping me. And so it's helping me keep track of how many rows. And because these stitch markers, they're like little tiny wires, almost like wearing an earring, right? And so with that, it doesn't get in the way, and it is lightweight, and it's really, really helping me. So for this, I'm grateful. So I'm on the second half of my Sophie scarf, and this is a great learning experience for me. I'm glad that I used not expensive yarn. This was yarn that came in a Mary Maxim kit, and I never used it, and now I am. So I am very, very pleased with this. So yeah, so that is something really fun. Now, here's the thing. Hey, Kathy. Hi. How are you? I'm so glad that you're here. So glad that you're here. Oh, thank you, Kathy. I am such a learner, and just really, really being humbled by this knitting business, okay? Because a longtime crocheter, yes, I have crocheted over 50 years, but I am actually completing projects in knitting and making tons of mistakes and learning a whole lot. And I'm not afraid of making mistakes. I'm not mad at myself for making mistakes. I'm learning from them. And so I'm really excited. It's like giving me this. Isn't this funny? But this knitting, learning how to knit, has given my crochet world a big extra boost. Like I am crocheting like mad, like mad. And if you want to find out how mad, just watch the last couple episodes and you'll see. Um, but having this new yarn craft, yarn art under my belt, and just learning, actually, it's not under my belt. Um, anyway, I am so excited about using yarn and acquiring yarn and crocheting with yarn and knitting with yarn and finding new patterns. And I want to talk to you about a couple new patterns that I have been looking at, and I would like some advice on one of them. And I'll go into that in just a second. But first, I want to know, ooh, I almost had a disaster. I had the lid off of these and I almost knocked them on the floor. That would be worse than 52 pickup. If you know, you know. Right, Miguel? Okay. So let's take a look here. I want to know what's in your cup. So I know that my knitting episode is a little bit of a different time frame on a Saturday. I'm going to do knitting on Saturday only, so that I can keep the integrity of my crochet therapy channel. But yeah, knitting only on Saturday. But rest assured, I'm still knitting every day. And so what's in your cup? I have hot coffee with a little bit of half and half in my cup. I'm nosy like that. I want to know what's in your cup. And then I want to know, what's your weather like? Let me know down below. If you are watching this, if you are a, what do we call them? Naomi, where are you? A rewatcher, and I can't remember what term she uses for someone who watches an episode later. But anyway, it's a great name for it. But anyway, if you are watching later, put your answers down below. I want to know, because I am nosy like that. And then I want to know what's on your needles, because I am inspired by you. The reason that I'm doing the Sophie scarf is because it was everywhere. Everybody was talking about the Sophie scarf. There was, there's even episodes, shows out there, YouTube channels that are going into, is the Sophie scarf overrated? Is it this? Is it that? And so I was like, well, let me see if it's overrated. I don't know. I don't know if it's overrated. Let's go down just a little bit. There we go. And yeah, I'm not sure. So as you can see, I am a new knitter. I don't know how to do that fancy, flick thing, right? I don't know how to do that yet. So I'm still, yes, I'm moving my whole hand to when I knit, but it's working, and I will adjust as I can once I get used to it. Now, one thing that I'm worried about is when I start using circular needles, because you see this little end of it here, I poke it against my chest in order to hold that needle. Can you see? It's like just holding on its own. And so I kind of use that as my as like a third hand or something, right? Because it kind of holds the end of my needle. So if I don't do that, I don't know if it's going to slow me down or not. Like if I don't have that, like with circular needles, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's going to slow me down because I kind of have a good little rhythm when I'm doing when I have the end of my needle resting, either on my chest or on my stomach. I do kind of have a good little rhythm going, and I have even knitted a couple stitches without looking. Can you believe it? Like, I'm going to pretend like I know what I'm doing, and then I'm like, "Oh my gosh, did I do that right?" So far so good. Um, so far so good. So now the other day, I hadn't picked up my needles for a couple days, and when you get to the end, you're supposed to bring your yarn to the front and then do um, a purl slip. I don't know if that's the right term or not, but you're supposed to do that. And that is what is helping make the I-cord on the edge. And I really do like that I-cord edge. I, for the most part, have that down pretty good. So I'm really pleased with that. So yeah. Anyway, that is my progress so far, and I really do like to knit. I really do. I'm having fun with it. Um, it's added a little extra excitement in my world, and I'm here for it. I really am. Um, Yay! Is Naomi here? I don't think Naomi's here. I did say her name, but I don't think Naomi's here. But Kathy is saying, hi, Naomi. Jay, hello. How are you? I hope that you're having a great Saturday. Come on in. Let's have some fun. Kathy says she's drinking coffee and it's rainy today. Oh, my day is bright and sunny, and I'm drinking coffee too. And Cree, you have visitors? Okay, see you later. Go visit with your visitors. That's awesome. So I want to show you some designs that I have been thinking about. This one is very similar to the Sophie scarf in that it uses some of the same stitches, right? Or it has the same concept, okay? But instead of going up, increasing and then decreasing to make that, that like boomerang look, it just increases, and it is a shawl. And it is a triangle shawl, and it is really pretty. Let me see if she's got just a picture of it. No, she doesn't. She's holding it up, but okay, there we go. There's that. And so I think we're just increasing. And on this one, that's all it is just increasing. Let me show you. Let me show you what it is. It is by Noble Knits. Kathy Crazy Knitting Nana. I love your channel name. That is awesome. Kathy, AKA Crazy Knitting Nana. Okay. I had to like break down the words for just a second. It's so good to see you. And then we have a Kathy with a C and a Kathy with a K. And I'm glad that all my Kathys are here. And Kathy with a C, do you have tutorials and things on your channel? Because if you do, I am totally subscribing. and totally watching because I am a brand new knitter. I'm a longtime crocheter, and I'm all for all the help. So this right here is Noble Knits. It says knit, crochet, create. So she does both, which is really kind of cool. She has knitting patterns and crochet patterns, notion guides, knitting guides, crochet guides. Well, she has how to knit a triangle shawl for beginners. And so she has a video. And let's see if I can get rid of that. Knit your first shawl. And it is just increasing. And so on one side, increasing. And so you're getting that triangle, with just the increasing. And so this is Noble Knits, how to knit a triangle shawl for beginners. And I think that this is going to be one of my next go-tos. After I get the Sophie scarf down, and I'm probably, I know that I'm going to do another Sophie scarf, just like I did 2 dishcloths. One was all wonky, and then I had to prove to myself that I could actually do it the right way. And I did. I proved to myself, okay, your first one came out looking like a kite, but your second one is a nice square. So the same with this Sophie scarf, but this shawl, I wish that I could bring that up a little bit, but so she casts on, and let's see, and she actually, okay, cast on 3 stitches, and then you're going to cast on 2 more. Okay, so she has a total of 3 stitches. And then she starts the pattern. I love how she does this because this is talking to me. So she says, okay, now we are going to start with the pattern. The pattern is increase at the beginning of this row, and then the next row you just knit straight across. You're going to increase into this first stitch, knit the first stitch, and then instead of sliding it off the needle, I'm going to bring my right needle behind the left needle, and now I'm going to knit that stitch and slide off the needle. So this is her talking. It's not just a little pattern with just, K1, and I'm still learning all of the little words too. So I know that this is probably hard to do. So one side you're knitting and one side you're, let's see, here we go. One side you are increasing and one side you're keeping straight. So you are creating a triangle. And so I am so excited about this one because I actually think I can do it. Oh, Kathy, aka Crazy Knitting Nana, that's awesome. I am going to go check you out. Kathy, aka Crazy Knitting Nana. Here you are. Oh, that's so awesome. No way did you make that. Let me see. Oh my goodness. Okay. So Kathy with a C, aka Crazy Knitting Nana, I just subscribed to you. I'm a wife, mom-in-law, and Nana. That's awesome. I am too. And so I can't wait to follow and to see what's going on there. So anyway, I have just subscribed to you, and so that's exciting. And so yes, that shawl, I think. So you are a Kathy, and then you have an older half sis who's also a Kathy with a K. That's awesome. She was adopted at birth, was named Kathy by her adopted parents. That is so awesome. Oh, you are very welcome, Kathy. I am all for it. I want to learn as much about knitting as I can. So what do you think about that shawl? Because I have, so I think that I'm going to have to wait until I get some circular needles. And I've got some coming. I can't wait to show you. I'll be able to show you next Saturday, hopefully my circular needles. Because I think that shawl is going to get a little wide as you do, because I think she said she had like 144 stitches. I don't know how much. I mean, I don't know how wide that is. I do know, with knitting, like 120 stitches in knitting is not as wide as 20 single crochets. Single crochets kind of spread out a little bit faster, right? But anyway, so I'm really excited about that. Oh, Kathy says it will be big. Okay, you think it's well written and circular needles are best and it will be big. That's awesome. So, I've got, and also what I'm doing, I feel like I'm skipping around and I'm very sorry about that. This knitting is new to me and it's kind of making me a little nervous. And, I've had my crochet channel since 2019 and that I can do with my eyes closed. But this knitting part is making me a little bit nervous. So what I'm using are yarns that I have, yarn that is not exceptionally expensive, yarn that I acquired somehow, a lot of times in the Mary Maxim kits that I didn't use the yarn. I didn't make the project. And so like my Respect yarn that I have, I was supposed to make this vest, which I did not. So I just held on to the yarn. So the Sophie scarf is made with this yarn. And then I have this oatmeal color yarn that I can use for my next Sophie scarf. So what I'm thinking is that using up the yarn that is a little thinner, that I didn't really want to crochet with, I really wasn't happy about. Oh yes, thank you, Kathy. I actually, these are the Takumi, but they're not the they're not the interchangeable and they're not circular. I do have one pair of circular Takumi knitting needles, but they're not the interchangeable. And I used those when I was trying knitting a couple years ago. And this is the Ross hat. As you can see, what a mess, right? So I tried it then. I had these kind of stitch markers. I did this as a project while my husband was in the hospital, and I was just really, nervous and trying to keep my mind off of, what was going on. And so I did knit a little bit back then, but like I said, I have never finished anything. This one was probably the thing that I came closest to finishing without finishing. Everything else, I honestly just did not finish at all. So this started getting really, really close. And then the Ross hat, it said to get the double pointed needles. And so I have some of those also in the Takumi. This is 5mm Clover Takumi. And I was so nervous with this and so tight with my knitting. so tight that I think that I may have been the reason that I have, can you see it? Like little indentations in the ends of my needles. So I do love, I'll get longer circulars. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, you would finish this? Really? Hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna try. I guess I'll try and finish. I did make, I know I made a lot of mistakes. Once I get a little more comfortable with actually doing this, I'm going to keep these on the needles and I may finish it. Yeah. I don't really want to, I don't want to frog this. I don't think that that would be a really good thing. But anyway, I might finish this. I might finish this. So I do like the, I definitely like the Clover Takumi bamboo needles. I got quite a few of those. Oh, this was my circular. So it was 16 inches circular. That's what that one was. I think that that's what the, I don't know if that's what it called for or if that's the only thing that Joanne had at the time. But yeah, I've got quite a few of the straight bamboo needles and I love them. I love them. Ah, you're so sweet. Mistakes are just design features and you will have it to show how far you have come. That is for sure. Knowing how far I've come. Definitely. So, okay, so that shawl was one of them. I am also getting obsessed with socks. Now, I do not really want to make the socks where you have all the double pointed needles going every which way. That to me just looks like a disaster waiting to happen. So I did see where there's those short circular needles, and I may have ordered a set of those. And oh, the magic loop. Yes, I have heard about that, the magic loop, but I have no idea what that means. I have no idea what that means. So I'm getting ready to delve into sock making, but first I want to finish this Sophie scarf. I want to cast on another Sophie scarf, and I want to cast on a shawl. And once I get, so this Sophie scarf I'm going to be done with. I want to do another one to prove that I can do it right. And then I want to cast on a shawl, which should be easy because, oh, Kathy says she'll try to get a sock making video up soon. That would be amazing. I would be right there following you and shouting out to anyone who will listen, come watch this with me and let's knit our first socks together. Yeah, I have no idea what that magic loop means in knitting. Yeah, magic loop or magic circle or magic, I know what that is in crochet, but as far as knitting, I have nothing. Oh, really? Your husband taught you how to crochet and you taught him how to knit? That is amazing. That is amazing. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Okay. So everybody talks about this vanilla sock, right? Vanilla sock because it's supposed to be super easy. Super easy. So I started following this lady called Crazy Sock Lady, and I really like her. I like what she's about, and and I like the way she's showing me all of the designs that she's currently got on her needles, and yeah, so I really like that. I'm going to show you. Okay, so she has an Etsy. Oh, Kathy with a K says she's also subscribed to your channel. Okay, Kathy, see, you are getting some subscribers. So this is Crazy Sock Lady Designs. And so she has a YouTube channel, and I think that she's great. I love the socks that she makes, and she is very inspiring. She has a couple vanilla socks, and like this one right here, vanilla socks on magic loop. For some reason, she makes me think that I can do that. She's the one, now that I'm looking at it, she's the one that uses the little stitch markers, the little light bulb stitch markers that she puts them for however many rows. If you can see, she's got them on this picture here. And so that was where I started thinking, whoa, I have those. Let me go find them. I hadn't used these stitch markers because with crochet, I didn't have a use for them, but I knew I had these, and I've had these for years. Held on to them because, you know, a crocheter and a knitter, you have stuff, you have tools, you never get rid of them because you never know. And I'm so glad that I didn't get rid of these because I did need them. So anyway, something simple like this is a great thing to start with, I would think. Let's see, it says between the excellent pattern and wonderful video tutorial, it's a win, no fail sock. So yeah, and it's $2 for that pattern. I don't know that I would actually need the written pattern if I follow her tutorial, or if I follow your tutorial, Kathy. I don't know that I would need a written pattern, but I love it that she has socks that are just sitting in different bags and different works in progress bags, where she has them like one in her car. So if she's ever waiting in her car, she just picks that one up and starts working on that sock. How does she know like where she is? How she just knows? I don't know. Like with this, I don't know where I'm at on this, and I don't really know what to do next. Obviously, I'm at a point where, you know, and I also didn't know that you could like fold this down and split this and push this like this so that you could, you know, get some knitting done and have the loop out like that. I had no idea about that. There's so much that I have to learn. So much that I have to learn. So this is just one of them. And I think that maybe I could learn this. But this is going to come after my Sophie and after the triangle scarf. So then there's another one that I have found, and it's called A Bee in the Bonnet. And A Bee in the Bonnet, she has something that she calls my vanilla sock recipe. And here it is. It's just really a nice sock. And I'm seeing that there are different heel flap versions that you can do. And, you know, it's like, I didn't know that there was so much that could be done with a sock. So I didn't even realize that there were like different ways to do the heel, different ways to do the toe. I'm learning all of that. So by the time I get to the point where I want to actually cast on a sock, hopefully I will have enough head knowledge and then follow the guide of my tutor, and maybe I'll be able to actually get a sock done. The other thing that I was thinking was, you know, they say that if you have the fear of making one sock and then not ever finishing the second sock, you can actually knit two socks at the same time on different needles, of course. and, knit, like if you're going from the cuff down or from the toe up, however you're doing your sock, you get to a point and then you make your other sock to that point, and then you just kind of keep them together so that you're finishing two at the same time. And that kind of sounds good to me, but I don't know. Um, I don't know, because I'm not going to have that many needles, and I don't know if I can make that work. So we'll see. Do you have an opinion on that? I don't know. So, oh, Kathy, when you divide your stitches with the loop out, that's magic loop. Oh, okay. I saw that, but I didn't know that that was the magic loop, and I still don't actually know what to do with it once I have that out. I just saw somebody do that. So yes, you can do socks toe up, cuff down, and so many heels and toes. Yes. So for my first one, I really want the easiest toe and the easiest heel so that I can stay happy. But I really want to do those pretty ones. I really want to do those pretty ones too. I'm inspired to do the pretty socks that have, because like she had one sock. Let me see if she has it on here. Yes, I think it's this one. Oh, and this one too, but let me see this one. Okay. So, oh, see, look at this one. I love this sock. There is no way that I would be able to do this sock until I made at least, several socks, if I had several socks under my belt. But look how pretty this sock is. The pattern is just gorgeous. This one is called Follow Your Path Sock, patterned by Crazy Sock Lady. And this one is a 350 pattern, so $3.50 US. So, and it's the PDF for that. You can see the different heel on that, but it's just the really pretty front and the back of the sock, the back of the leg, and then you can see the foot part is a nice smooth so that your feet, don't get weary from the extra design. Yeah, I really like that. I like that one a lot. And then let me see. She has one. Okay, this one right here. It is Wild Heart sock pattern, and it looks like it has some cables in the front. How pretty. How pretty are those? Of course, I love the color, but yeah, I love the cables on the front. And as you can see, like the back is a smooth. It looks like the foot is nice and smooth. Let me show you the toe. So even the top of the foot has the cables, but then the bottom part has the nice smooth. And it almost looks like it has like a half circle toe that came together. Interesting, really interesting. This one right here shows the cable a little bit closer. When I look at this, I think someone just waved their magic wands and made it poof happen. Just the same way people must look at crochet when, they don't know how to crochet and they're looking at something and they're like, I have no idea how you would even make this happen. And I've had people say that to me before. They've like looked at it and tried to figure out how it got made and they can't figure it out. The same way I look at this and I think the same thing. How in the world did that get made? So, oh, you know what? It didn't show you. Let me show you. There we go. Share this tab instead. So there it is. There's the cable. I forgot. Every time I click a picture, it seems like it it clicks on, or it opens up a new tab instead of doing that. So yeah, I really like that. Hey, Bibbidi, Bibbidi, Bibbidi. I love that. Um, you're new. You just tuned in a couple minutes ago. Thank you. Thank you for loving my vibe. I love it. I love it. So Jay says, when I make fingerless gloves or crochet socks, I make them 2 at a time, or I never make the second one. That is what my concern is. It really is, because I know me, like, I get through the one. Although with this knitting, I'm like ready to start another one. So I don't know. Let's see. Kathy says, I also suggest Stephanie Pearl McPhee knitting rules. It tells you how to measure for a fitted sock. Ooh, that sounds scary. Can I just say that sounds scary to me? Because I've never made a sock, and like following knitting rules to make, a fitted sock. So Kathy with a C has made many socks. Okay, so she says, double pointed needles look hard, but really 3 of the 5 are just holding your yarn while you work with 2 of them. I tend to drop my needles, so I like the magic loop method. Okay, awesome, awesome. Oh, Naomi, you're here. I did not know you were here. I did not know you. And who is Dino? Oh my goodness. I'm so glad that you're here. And yes, let's see. Oh, good. I would love to make 2 socks at a time. Because I think that then also I could make sure, because I'm a little worried that I would have slight differences in the sock, because I'm still learning how to keep track of the rows. When it comes to crochet, it's no problem. I can keep track of rows. Okay, rows, no problem. But with knitting, oh, not quite sure. So yeah. So anyway, that is what is on my mind, and yeah, I'm really, really excited about this knitting. Hopefully, I will be able to show you this completed next time. Although this next week, I do have my granddaughters with me, and I want to show them how to knit. Is that wild? One of them will be turning 6, and one of them is 8. So they're 2.5 years apart. And so anyway, I'm excited about that. And I think that they might be able to learn how to knit easier than crochet. I don't know. No. What's going on? Naomi says, oh, mercy, I've got fat fingers going on today. Oh. Okay. I would suggest doing groups of 5 or 10 rows if you're alternating socks. Thank you, Jay. Thank you. Ah, the way you teach, children tend to pick it up. That's good to know. That's good to know. Do you have like knitting 101 on your channel? Because what we'll do, I'll give them needles and some yarn, and we'll see, if they can pick it up while I knit. So, because they do like to craft, they love to craft, and I think that maybe they'll be really excited to learn something new this time. I don't know. So as you can see, my decrease is a little bit slower than my increase right here. My increase was really fast. Um, Sometimes I think well, anyway, Sophie Scarf is very well known and very well loved, and I am not going to criticize it with my little lumpy version of the Sophie Scarf. I'm not going to do it. Okay, cool. I will check it out, Kathy, and we'll watch it on the big screen while we all have our knitting needles together, and I'll see if they are interested in learning something fun and new. We'll see. We'll see. I would have loved it. My Aunt Linda knitted, and she actually knitted me a little. It's so cute. It's like this kind of shape, and so it went over my head and down over my ears, and then she had like a little tie, and she put little appliques on it for me, and I still have it. Um, I'll have to get it out, but she showed me when I was really little, and by really little, I mean like 3. She showed me how to cast on. Um, and so for the longest time, I just sat there and I would cast on and then I'd pull it out and then I'd cast on some more. And that's all I knew. And I really wish that she had shown me a little more knitting and actually taught me how to knit as a little one, because I have been crocheting since I was 9. And I think that when I was a little younger than that, I could have learned knitting too. So anyway, Mary crochets scripture and coffee. It's good to see you. Yeah, she just showed me how to cast on. That's all. And so I was just like doing that. And I know that I was that young because I remember when she made me that little hat. And I was little. I was little when she made me that hat. So anyway, yeah, she showed me, and I don't know how she showed me how to cast on, but it was not the way I cast on right now, I don't think, because I remember my thumb was getting hurt. I mean, it was getting sore because of the way she had me cast on. I don't know what she did, but I remember that like my thumb would slide on the needle every time I would cast on. So anyway, I would fill the needle, stitches, and then I'd take them off and fill the needle again. And I really, really liked doing that. Seema, hi, how are you? It's good to see you. I'm so glad you're here. You learned to knit at 7, but you didn't stick with it, and a friend helped you start again when you were 36. That's okay. You learned to knit at 7. That's amazing. That's amazing. Oh, Naomi, you delivered a shelf to a friend. That's nice. That's nice. Hmm. So Naomi, have you cast on your Sophie scarf yet? Mine is so not pretty, but I'm still proud of it. You know what I'm really proud of is the I-cord edge. I'm choosing things to be proud of, and this I-cord edge is one of them. Definitely. Definitely, definitely. So I think I will teach my girls how to cast on, and then I'll teach them how to do the knit stitch. And yeah, and maybe we'll make just a back and forth, really easy knit stitch dishcloth that they can take to their mama when they go home. So we'll see. We'll see if we get that far. I don't know. It takes a while to knit, doesn't it? Yeah. Anyway, I'm so glad that you're here. I'm so glad that you stopped by. And I hope that you have a wonderful week. Next week, I've got some fun things to show you. I know I have something coming in the mail, and I'm excited about it, and I can't wait to show you. And we'll see. We'll see if I can get my Sophie scarf completed this week. Oh, you learned to cross stitch from the same aunt when you were 10. That's awesome. And you did it for about 20 years. I I um am a longtime cross stitcher. I haven't picked it up in 20 years though. I haven't picked up the cross stitch in 20 years. I did counted cross stitch. So you know, you're counting the stitches, you're counting the spaces and everything. Now that I got my eyes fixed, I might be able to pick that up again. I have a sampler, you know, it was like the alphabet sampler. I have a sampler, it's 4 foot long and it's wildflowers. And so it has like the letter A, and then it has a wildflower on top, the letter B, a wildflower. And when it's done, it's going to be like 4 feet long. It's going to be very pretty. And I think I got to the letter M. So anyway, oh, you teach a dishcloth for your Learn to Knit video? Well, there we go. That sounds like a great, great idea. Thank you, Kathy. I'm so glad that you joined me today. I'm so glad that I found your channel. And for those of you who are new here, I want you to go check out Kathy, aka Crazy Knitting Nana. And let me see if I can, here we go. There we go. Let me get her link so that I can. Oh, and Kathy Knitting Nana is on Etsy as well. That's awesome. Okay. Here we go. And let me see if I can share. There we go. Okay. Thank you for being really patient. So here we go. Paste that. There we go. And this is Kathy, aka Crazy Knitting Nana. And so we need to go check her out. We need to go check her out. And so there's her link. I put it in the comments. Actually, it's in the live chat. And then I also put it on the screen here so that you can go check her out. You're welcome. Oh, you closed it? Okay. So Kathy with a C has actually closed her Etsy. So, well, thank you, Kathy. I really appreciate it. Listen, everyone who has watched, thank you for watching. I really am glad that you're here. I love it when the Yarny community comes together and helps each other. We give each other advice, we give each other inspiration, and that just makes me so happy. I cannot wait to share next week. I can't wait to share an update of my granddaughters trying out the knitting. And so we're excited. I'm excited. I will see you with the knitting next Saturday. And then all week long for crochet, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. In the morning, I have my morning coffee and crochet. And so join me there. And then tomorrow, 4:30 Eastern Standard Time, I will be on Aloha Crochet with Naomi on that channel with my sweet, sweet, dear sissy friend, Naomi. And we are going to get together with Tanya and we're going to talk all things crochet and we're going to crochet together and have a good time. So I hope that you check us out then as well. So until next time, stay safe, be kind, and get hooking and get knitting. And much love. I'll see you next time.